me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the North-South Racing League and just gonna sneak right past you, 80, a little Midwest saying there. We're here at Iowa for some action, sure to be thrilling. Gonna see some 3 and 4 wide tonight, I'm sure of that. I'm Dean Doucet, joined as always by Mr. Baron Labosco. Hopefully Colin J strolls on in here at some point during the broadcast, but Baron, these guys take to Iowa, should be a fun one.
Iowa's always a great track for some great racing, Dean. Really looking forward to this. We got a full field tonight. Iowa's a little bumpy on the bottom, a little smooth on the top. You'll see them 2 wide all night. This is a fun track.
Yeah, it certainly is a fun track, and you get a look at it here. It doesn't really do it justice. 1 and 2, much different than 3 and 4. And from looking at the picture here, Baron, I mean, it's almost like, what am I looking at? Because 3 and 4 does not resemble what I feel on the track.
No, it doesn't, and it's a 1 mile oval here. It looks like a D-shaped oval, like you would see it maybe, Kansas or Chicagoland or something like that. Much smaller scale. And you're right, Dean. 1 and 2 is a very different turn from 3 and 4. You're going to see a lot of guys fight for the bottom of 1 and 2. Some guys like the top because it's not so busy up there. But then in 3 and 4, you'll see guys on the bottom that don't mind it being a little flatter than it is up on top. It's going to be good racing tonight.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We see out on the track right now, Mr. Gary Eschen making his return. Good to see Gary back out here. He'll definitely contend out here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, last year we saw a lot of Gary, and Gary was in points contention all year long. Solid race car driver, true veteran. He's driving a 23 machine tonight. Look, he's on a part-time schedule, so he's chasing checkered flags tonight. Look for him to be at the front.
Yeah, most definitely. You see 410 up on top of the board right now. This is Philip Martin. He ran in the LCQ last week and ran himself in, and I'm pretty sure he had a good finish, but he was up in the top 10 a lot of the night, so look for him to hopefully qualify a little better here tonight, Baron.
Parlayed a little bit of practice from that LCQ into a solid finish. Martin, a solid driver. If he stays out of trouble, he will be up at the front of this field tonight, Dean.
He will, and of course, there's Mr. Brian Hacker, last year's champ. He was second last year, I believe, or last week. I believe it was Scott Austin getting it done, Baron.
Week in, week out, Brian Hacker shows the way around any track he's on. And if you're a betting man, every week we will take the field versus Brian Hacker, and sometimes Brian just proves us all wrong here. So looking for another strong night out of Brian. He said he wasn't very good at Iowa last week when we interviewed him, so that's just a telltale sign. He'll be doing a little sandbagging tonight. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, absolutely. Standard procedure. Anybody who says they're no good at a track inevitably are at the front. We've heard it many, many times over the years.
And we've seen those drivers move on to victory lane in one form or another. So, Brian Hacker.
What do you think it is, Baron? Like, guys who are good drivers practice, and when they're not, say, don't like a track, maybe they practice even more.
It's very true, Dean. I know there are tracks out there that I love, and I just know the line, and I know the way around. You can drop me into just about any car, and I'm going to be competitive. And then there are some tracks just doesn't fit my driving style, and so I will practice extra hard. The next thing you know, you get a good finish out of it.
Absolutely. It looks like the LCQ might be a skip tonight with only Al Smith Jr. and Robbie Clavey out here showing for that. So these guys probably going to skip that and get prepared here as we start thinking about our redraw, Baron. The top 8 will do a redraw to see the starting order. Always entertaining. Always a little bit interesting to see. You know, you're not guaranteed a top spot here.
Definitely not. And so the redraw just shuffles up the top 8, and then sometimes we'll see a fast car start deep in the field, and it's fun watching them get through the traffic.
Yeah, it certainly is. So they're just getting that sorted out right now, getting guys lined up and ready to join us in the booth. But right now we think about Ope, Baron. You're from the Midwest. You say you haven't really heard Ope too much around there.
First time is tonight, Dean.
All right, well, we'll see if we can squeeze it in a couple times here tonight. Of course, we're happy to have Wizard Designs join us here as partial sponsorship in this series, along with all of our great sponsors. Of course, RC2 Promotions, your main sponsor, and we check them out, please, for all your special events needs. They will help you out.
J&G Hardwood Flooring on the title sponsorship tonight. SimRacerHub.com. Who else did we forget?
Kelly's Customs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of good sponsors here, and we implore you to go check them out. We certainly don't do them justice. They deserve better, Baron.
You know, it's week in and week out. We get talking about the constant talent of these drivers. We almost forget who's standing behind these drivers, and these great sponsors are doing a wonderful job of it every week.
Well, I got to tell you, I got some sponsorship this year myself, Baron, in a race car, and it can be altering. I mean, it really frees you up out there.
Well, as long as we're free and clear, right?
Exactly. Free and clear are the two words I like to hear when it comes to sponsorship.
Door corner clear, right?
Yes, sir. Everybody getting ready here. I guess there will be no race heat here as we wait for this to wind down or them to advance it. It looks like we got everybody in the booth here. So let's go ahead and bring in race control, Sam Maxwell. Sam, how we doing this week?
Good, guys. How y'all doing?
Oh, just fantastic. And Sam, I got to say, you sound an awful lot like Robbie.
Well, I'm not him. I am from the Boston area, though, so if he has an accent, then he's just like me.
I nailed that. I called that last week. I was like, new race control's got to be from the New England area. Where you at there, Sam?
I'm in actually Blackstone. It's just over the Rhode Island border in Massachusetts.
Yep. I know exactly where it is. My sister lives in Coventry still.
Oh, yeah. I know where that is. Yep, close by.
Not too far.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into our redraw tonight. Who do you have as our number one choice, our first, I guess, preliminary pole sitter?
The preliminary pole sitter is the 13 Guillaume Fortin.
I mean, that is just awesome how you can say his first name. G, as I'm going to call you, G, sorry, 410. It's just fantastic job here tonight. How you feeling about Iowa?
Pretty good. Usually it's a good track for me, but hopefully I can finish this race, not like last week.
Yeah, well, it is a problem. You get a lot of cars out here, and they're all good. They're all fighting for the same spots. You're going to have some fighting here today. Do you have a strategy for Iowa?
I don't know. I think it's going to be like a pack race, so just avoid a wreck and try to stay clean and be there at the end.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me. Gee, let's go ahead and pick. The board is yours, 1 through 8. Anything you like.
I'll take 7.
Number 7. Let's have a look at it. Number 7 will get you 7. That is a little unfortunate, G. Hell of a qualifying lap. Starting 7th, you get an inside row position.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
All right, best of luck. Sam, who we got up now?
Next up is the 02 of Brian Hacker.
Brian Hacker, last year's champ. How we feeling about Iowa, Brian?
We're here.
Brian, come on. We don't want to hear this kind of attitude out here. You got to have a little more. You must, if you hate it, doesn't that mean you're going to win it?
I don't know. I mean, there's not being good at a track, and there's really not caring for a track in these cars, and this one falls into the latter category, so we can thank the 38 machine who's not in the redraw, and we're just going to call that out.
All right, you got it, brother. Well, we'll skip right to the board for you as we call out the 38 machine. Go ahead, anything but 7.
We're going to go 2.
Number 2 it is. Let's have a look at it. This is your fault, 38.
I hope he wins tonight so we can toss that back in his face at victory lane.
And you be starting 6th tonight, my friend.
That's where we started last week.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, man. Go get them.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Sam. Who's up?
Next up, we have the 23. Gary Eschen.
That is correct. Gary Ashen making a return. Gary, good to see you out here.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Well, Gary, we expect nothing less than you to be up here in the top 5 or so in qualifying. And, well, from past experience, we probably expect that during the race. How's your feelings about Iowa? I mean, we had a doozy there from Hacker. Let's hear what your thoughts.
It's the second worst track on the schedule.
Second?
Number 1.
Yeah, what's number 1?
Phoenix.
Okay.
All right, so not a fan of the
Yes.
bigger tracks,
No.
obviously, and I get that. Short track is short track in your world. Is that right, Gary?
Absolutely.
Well, fair enough, but you got to go fight. It's a long season, so tonight's a big one. You got anything but 2 or 7 on the board?
Let's go number 4.
Number 4. Let's see what's in store with number 4. Gonna be 5th tonight, Gary.
All right, sounds good.
All right, go get him, my friend.
All right, thank you.
All right, Sam, who's up?
4th qualifier, number 22, is Will Eastman.
Will Eastman showing up front a lot in this series, looking to grab another win. Will, how you feeling about Iowa?
I guess I'm not as hard on as the other guys. I don't mind this track. I actually think it's a lot of fun racing here.
All right, well, we were going to stick with it till someone had something remotely positive to say. So, Will, you're the man. So, in 4th here, you get a better starting position. You feeling your chances pretty good, especially with some of the Iowa hatred being spewed here.
Yeah, it's a tough track to pass, so hopefully we can pick a good starting spot here.
All right, let's go ahead and do our pick. Anything but 4, 2, or 7.
Let's go number 1.
Number 1, why not, right?
That's right.
We're getting all this hate, man. That means it's going to be a good track.
Oh, yeah. Going to be fun tonight. And there you go. Number 1 is number 1, as everything seems pretty status quo here on the picks. May want to keep an eye on that, folks. Anyway, congratulations, was that you, Gary?
Will Eastman.
Will, sorry, I'm behind. Will, congrats. The pole, brother. Well done.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll talk to you later.
Okay, I hope so, brother. Who's up, Sam?
5th qualifier is Dante Curtis in the 03.
Dante Curtis. How we doing tonight, Dante?
Just happy to be here, but not happy to be at Iowa.
Well, hey, we didn't ask about Iowa this time.
Yeah, I was gonna make sure to say something.
Fair enough. A little revolt here amongst the drivers, and maybe, they want to make sure the ownership hears this. But I think it's a lot like NASCAR, Dante. I don't think the drivers' voices are heard.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But well, Ryan he's a driver, and he picked it, so.
Fair enough. So blame Tiny Horse, I'm hearing tonight.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
Hate tonight, isn't he?
He is. So let's have a pick. 3, 8,
We'll
5,
take
or
5.
6. 5 it is, brother. Number 5 will get you 3rd, my friend. So
We'll take
not
it.
bad. Yeah, definitely take it. Go get him. Put the hate behind you and show some love out there. Go grab a win tonight, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Who's up, Sam?
The 6th qualifier tonight is the number 46 of Philip Martin.
Philip Martin last week coming through the LCQ, having a hell of a run. Much better effort qualifying here tonight. What was the difference, Philip?
Last week I stepped on something, and so I stepped on something coming out of turn 4, and that ruined both laps. So a little better laps this week.
All right. Well, that would inhibit you. There's no doubt about it. So here at Iowa, what are you thinking about the high line? Everybody's talking about hard to pass. Iowa, lots of track. No high line, though?
I think you'll see a lot of side-by-side action. I just don't know how much you're going to really see passing. I really hope that the track stays nice and hot and slick. I think that'll make for a little better racing. So we'll see. Oh, high hopes for it at least, but it's Ryan's fault. So
All right, everybody's on Ryan. Ryan actually a teammate of mine in another league, so I don't know. I feel like I'm catching strays here a little bit, but
yeah,
nonetheless, Philip. Hey, let's have a pick: 3, 8, or 6.
let's go 6.
All right, 6 it is. Looking for a good spot here. Some good spots still left on the board. Second place for Philip. Great job, Philip. Best of luck to you out there tonight.
All right, thanks guys. Have fun.
All right, Sam, who's up?
Next up, qualified 7th, is the 91 Adam Gable.
Mr. Gable out here looking for a win tonight. How we feeling tonight?
I'm not really sure. Not a big fan of this track right now.
Man, it's so much out here. Not big fan. Now, is this just like a short track thing? Guys really like the flatter tracks. Is that what I'm hearing?
I just think it's gonna be really hard to pass tonight. Track position is gonna be key. So tracks like this, it's very hard to do stuff. So hopefully we can do something with it.
All right. Well, you're picking 7th, so you can really, it looks like a good chance to improve here. You're looking for 4th or 8th. You got number 3 or 8.
We'll do 8.
All right. Taking a look at number 8 here as it slowly unveils itself. What's it going to be? 4th it is, my friend. Well done.
All right, hopefully we can do something with that.
All right, best of luck out there. And Sam, last up.
Last up is the 9th place qualifier, since 8th place will be serving an EOL tonight. The 9th place is number 1, Brian Bianchi.
Brian Bianchi. As I must apologize, Brian, for butchering your name. I'm sure Mr. Baron Labosco got it right all night, but I had my struggles with it. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. You were both close. It's Bianchi.
Bianchi. All right.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. You were wrong too, Baron.
Everybody gets it wrong. It's all right.
Yankee. All right.
Yankee, okay, like Yankee, I like it. All right, so we got one left, so we're just going to unveil it here. I don't think that you're going to see a lot of movement and where you qualified. You did move up 1 from the guy who dropped off, but of course it's unveiled as 8th now. That was all that was left for you. So, hey, Iowa in the top 8, still looking good.
All right, I'll take it. We can do that.
All right, Brian. Thank you so much. Sam, thank you up here. You got any parting words for us, Sam?
Just to say that Iowa is one of my favorite tracks. I love sailing it in down to turn 1 with the ass end hanging out sideways.
Yeah, and I'll second that. I mean, one of the last times that I smiled during iRacing, because I've been doing it a long time, and your passion wanes. I actually took the late models out here. I think it was the super lates out here, and on Iowa, and I had a smile from ear to ear. Now, I'm not a veteran of super lates or anything, but we were racing 3 and 4 wide, and I was absolutely having a blast. So I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, this is a fun place.
All right, well, let's have a fun night. Best of luck to everybody. Best of luck to you in race control. Baron, redraw all set.
Yeah, we got a field set. Let's go turn them loose, shall we, Dean?
We shall indeed. Look in right now at Mr. Brian Hacker out here. And of course, he's going to be a threat no matter what they say about the track. The blasphemy tonight, Baron.
So much hatred, so much vitriol. Somebody's going to come out of here a winner, and they're going to eat their own words.
Well, yeah, I wonder how many of these guys use the term ope. Like, it's like, excuse me or pardon me. It didn't sound very nice up here tonight.
Sure. I'm trying.
Get a look in here at Mr. Womack in the 14. Womack's had some good runs, Baron.
He has brought one from deep in the field last week.
Track temp showing at 90. Very racy conditions here tonight.
A lot of grip. We're going to see some guys utilize that grip on the bottom, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no doubt there will be a lot of on the bottom line tonight. You got Dustin Shepard out here, always a threat. Not in our top 8 tonight, Dustin, though.
I got a feeling he will be.
I might have to check in on the EOL report there. Maybe he got one of those, not too sure. Jeff Bergener out there in the Silver Surfer machine. You want to check your hair or anything, Baron?
I don't have much to check here. But
I had a
make
feeling
sure my
you might
lipstick
say
is
that.
good.
Oh, boy. You're not wearing a dress again, are you?
Thong underwear, Dean.
Fair enough. Good Lord, please. I've got this vision now. I can't shake
Let that
it,
one
folks.
marinate for a while, huh?
Let's not. You got Schumann out here in the number 11. There's Dinsmore back in the 62 as these guys just finish up their warm-up. And while they do that, Baron, let's take a short commercial break. We'll come back and racing action will be ready to go. All right, back here at Iowa. Everybody beginning to grit up and get ready. You see all the boys there lining up, and it's G410. I don't know, Baron, you want to take a little shot at the name there?
I'm going to go with Guillaume Forte.
It's very well done, and I apologize, G. You know, being a Canadian, I should be better than this, but I'm just not. Time of 24.
Canadian.
That's right, 24.880, and he's ready to go now. Actually, he's falling back. They're going to have to get lined up, so of course these top 8 are going to shuffle around a little bit. Hacker, I think Eastman's going to be on the point tonight. You got Dante Curtis, Eschen, Gable, and Scott Austin's going to have to drop to the back because he won last week. So you got Bianchi here in 8th.
Bianchi.
So Bianchi, we'll try and get that one right. But looking a little further back, you got Grosser, Hoffler, and Womack in your top 12. It's going to be Ryan Johnson, who's catching a lot of flack about Iowa here tonight. Rick McDaniel in 14th. Row 8's going to be Hoyle and Hooten. You got Nelms and Cook, Bergener, Janjanin, Schumann and Campbell, Dinsmore and Mathis. A little further beyond that, it's going to be Leveridge, Shepard, Smith Jr., and Robbie Clavey.
Nice full field tonight, Dean. Should be good entertainment.
Oh, it should be great out here, no doubt about it.
So Ryan Johnson picked this track. He's catching a lot of heat from his fellow competitors. Let's say we see the 38 win the thing, right?
Well, I think that's what he's thinking probably. Like, you know, but people who are good, and I can tell you Ryan's a very good driver, the heat does not dissuade them. That they're in here, or does not sway them, I should say. They take it, and it's just bulletin board material for them, Baron.
Well, they're here. They're lined up, and we're ready to go racing in Iowa, Dean.
Yes, sir. Will Eastman leading them down. Philip Martin up there with Curtis and Gable as well. And it looks like we're going to take another parade lap around here.
Probably need to give Colin J. Kennedy the EOL for not being here on time tonight.
Yeah, Colin J., if you can hear us at all, you definitely get an EOL. And a fine as well.
We are taxing your earnings.
Yes, that's payable to Dean Doucet at PayPal. And anybody else who wants to donate, that's where you'll find me. So having a little fun here, but there's racing to do here, Baron, and I'm looking forward to it. These guys are quite serious, and there's a lot of talent out there.
Yeah, and the track temperatures are optimal. Like you said, it's a nice, cool track. Guys are going to be able to hunt around for lines that are working for them, so I think we're going to see something special.
And most definitely. Eastman on the slow crawl here to the start-finish line. Pace car does take a dive off this time. Eastman holds them. Green flag down and away, and we're live. And just going to sneak right by you, 80. Eastman, good job here. Dante Curtis looks underneath Philip Martin.
Yeah, Gary Eschen already in the mix here as he's sneaking his way up into the top 5. Eschen, like we said earlier in the broadcast, somebody to watch for along with that Brian Hacker machine.
Yeah, definitely Eschen someone to watch. There's no doubt about that. 410 back here, he's moving up in the 13. He was the unofficial pole sitter. Bad draw puts him back a little ways. Race for the lead. Philip Martin comes underneath Will Eastman. Strong move on the bottom. Good drive off by the 46.
So last week's LCQ winner starting off strong tonight at Iowa. He's got the makings of somebody who's looking for a checkered flag tonight, Dean, and it looks like he's going to try to do it on the bottom side.
Yeah, he does, and you're seeing a little bit what they talked about, hard to pass. These cars wound up so hard. I don't think these guys are barely lifting out here.
Yeah, probably not. Just enough to set the nose and then send it.
So this battle raging on here for the lead. It looks like the high side prevailing a little bit. Eastman still clear and in the lead. On the high side, Dante Curtis coming as well.
See some guys entering the corner nice and low and then drifting high. Let's keep an eye on that. That's tire wear, Dean.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. It's an interesting way to do it. You could be trying to help the car, but it could hurt it as well.
Glad I'm not driving it.
So Martin back to the bottom. He washes up a little bit. Behind him, it looks like Dante Curtis having some connection issues right in front of G410. Eschen under heat from Hacker. Here comes Hacker already.
No, Philip Martin not giving up that pass that easily. He is still down there fighting for that first place.
And you see the way the car yaws out, Baron. You say that's just the way these things are.
Yeah, as the race goes on, that may turn into a loose condition, but right now, it's feeling pretty good.
So Hacker underneath Eschen, he's going to grab that spot. He looks up at 410 now. And Fortin's kind of shuffled to the high side. Here comes Eschen, 3 wide through the corner. Womack a little loose in the 14.
So earlier, somebody's saying there's not going to be a lot of passing. If we look through the field, Ryan Johnson's up 4 spot, Jesse Womack up 5, Jeff Bergener up 8 spots, 10 spots by Dustin Shepard. A lot of passing going on.
Yeah, definitely a lot of passing. Up here, some hardcore action. Hacker on the bottom. He's going to get underneath Curtis, maybe. So him and Eschen trying to rock the bottom. Womack, maybe slight contact there with Gable. So Adam Gable trying to hold his spot on the high side. Here comes Ryan Johnson, like you talked about, and Bergener as well. He's up 8 spots.
Let's see if we can get an in-car of one of these drivers. I want to see if they're actually off the throttle or not.
We got to hop on board with Womack here. You see Eschen a little squirrely in front of him. hard to tell whether they're off the. But if you listen closely, Baron, you can just hear. It's just a subtle lift. I don't think we're talking full lifts here.
No, it looks like they just burp it, and then he was playing with it through the center of the turn there. It was on and off, trying to manage the speed through the center there. So that's pretty cool.
So up front, Philip Martin did get by Will Eastman here and take the lead, and he's got Hacker and Curtis, 410 all there, and they're coming.
Yeah, here comes a lot of competition now, right?
Most definitely. Eschen's right in there. Eschen backed out a little bit early, lost 3 spots. Seems to be moving now. Womack and Ryan Johnson. You see Bergener, Hoffler now in that group. You got Nelms, McDaniel, Shepard, Huntoon, Bianchi, Shoemake, Dinsmore.
Al Smith Jr.
Al Smith Jr. in here. And there's Scott Austin, last week's winner. Looks like he's saving a little something for later.
Relatively short race, Dean. How long could he really save, right? We're only going 80 laps at Iowa. That's going to go by in a minute. So before we know it, we'll be looking at halfway.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, 80 laps, very, very short here. Wow. Hacker slips into second, so Eastman has lost a couple of spots, and now G410 down on the bottom looking for third. And Eastman's in the wall.
Eastman's
Well, not
in the
once,
wall,
but
yeah.
twice.
That's not going to help him at all as we go ahead and move 410 into the third place position now.
Looks like Gable rocking the outside. Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson on the outside as well. That's Womack underneath him.
Yeah, put it where they ain't, right? I mean, he's in a parking lot right here, but he's doing everything he can to get around these guys.
Yeah, he's certainly trying here. He is pushing Gable around that 14, but the 14 holding tough. Back up front, still Martin, Hacker in second, Fortin, Eastman, Eschen in your top 5. We go back to that battle. Womack still holding off Gable. Johnson's now gone to the bottom to try and get around Gable, and he gets a good drive off the corner.
Yeah, it looks like he might have found something down there now. Finally, he's got a little room to maneuver, and he's going to make quick work of these guys as he's trying to get to the front. Yellow flag out.
That's
Ooh, got a big
Shepard
one
in
in
the
the wall.
0-0. He comes back up. Several
Pandemonium,
guys.
Larry.
Yeah, several people involved in that wreck. Let's get a look in here. Josh Nelm's involved. Shepard's involved. So there's Shepard underneath the 0-0. That's a full send, and he can't hold it. He gets into Nelm, and bam, he comes down, catches that green car as well.
A little bit of collateral damage on the way. Yep. Yeah, full send.
And
not
that's
clear.
Not clear. That does happen. I mean, you get frustrated here, and you know the cars are so revved up. It's not like normal when you got a brake going into the corner, and you can do a slide job here at Iowa. There is no real slide job here tonight, Baron.
There is, but you got to be a little more clear than that.
Fair enough. We bring up the pit board. Shepard's in and Nelms. They were both involved in that wreck. Nobody else really coming in. I'm a little surprised, Baron, someone at the back didn't choose to come in here, like a Cook or Campbell or Mathis.
Well, it may not be fitting into their pit strategy here yet. They may be going one stop. Might be a little too early for them. Not sure.
So don't forget, now we have the all-interesting choose rule, Baron. And this is going to be super interesting tonight. Who wants to try the outside? How many spots can you gain?
It just depends on where you like being, Dean. Really, I mean, if you like it on the high side, go to the high side. We'll see what happens here. Who's picking what?
See, Dinsmore is coming in, and he was involved in that wreck as well. That's who was in that green car there.
You know what they say about green cars, Dean?
You're smart.
Green gloves.
Okay. I thought the green was the color of intelligence.
Sure. Money.
Yeah, well, money for sure. So Tiny Horse back here in 8th. He's caught all the flack here tonight. We'll see if he can continue to move forward. He's up 5. Womack's up 5. Bergener's up 9 spots. How about the 21?
Looking pretty strong. Very racy car right now. Bergener having, what we'd call a renaissance. Last week he saw some trouble and never quite cracked the top 10 with it. Tonight, making up for lost time.
Definitely is. As we await the choose rule here. Doesn't look like anybody choosing yet, so probably next time by, I would guess.
I like your guesses.
Yeah, they're great.
Strong.
You should see my Super Bowl performance. I gotta go ask for a loan now.
4 out of 5. My guy took 4 out of 5.
All right. Good job, Aaron.
George Kittle did not crack 50 yards. George Kittle did not crack 10 yards. Couldn't have been way wrong about that one.
So just for all you non-gamblers out there, I did not, in fact, gamble on the Super Bowl. Not against it, but
I
did not.
I did.
And so we made, what, 3 units, Baron?
I am not a big money gambler, but I did gamble. And the Chiefs covered the spread. Let's see. Let me see who else I took up. Pacheco covered his yardage, and McCaffrey covered his. Choose rule in effect, Dean. Look at me.
Choose rule is happening. Guys diving low and high. Nothing too extraordinary, though. I think the lines are quite even, so nothing really, no huge movements that I noticed here tonight. Beautiful look at all these machines, though, here at Iowa. In the, just gonna sneak right by you, 80. We're gonna see if Hacker can try and sneak right on by the 46 of Philip Martin. Pace car down and away. Green flag down and away. Martin with a good jump there. He's going to bring 410 right with him. There goes Eastman to the bottom, so Hacker shuffled out a little bit. 410 right up there. Big run from the 13. A little blocking from Martin.
Well, G on the move with those cold tires, and he's making it count.
He really is. I mean, he looks solid. Good drive off the corner here. Holds his position. Can he get it through the corner? Good drive through the center. Phillip a little high up the track there. He's looking for a big run. He's got it.
G getting a little from that 2 machine trying to push him down the straightaway, so.
It's got him a little unsettled. He's going to be put 3 wide here. Here comes Hacker. Here comes Merton. Hacker backs out. I love this from Brian Hacker. Too early.
Yeah, we're not on the last lap. Brian Hacker, the veteran, chooses safety over a potential second place. I like that.
And that's something people can learn from, Barrett. That could be a championship move right there.
Right, because if that goes wrong, he's out of the race and at the back of the field, and somebody else wins this thing. So he gets it.
He definitely does, but G410 out here leading in the 13. Nothing but good luck so far, and we got ourselves a pileup. Several guys.
Race car.
Huntoon involved. Loveridge involved. Bianchi's involved. Let's get a look.
Bianchi.
Oh, and a rub there. That gets him out of sorts, and he comes up, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Bianchi coming up the track a little bit and getting into him, and that sets it all off, Baron.
And then the 5 said, "Oh, just going to slide right by you here."
There you go, Baron.
See what I did there?
Very appropriate, Baron.
The title
Well done.
sponsor.
So very interesting here. Guys getting wrecked out here early on. Lap 27 of 80. Anybody going to come in? Couple of fakers.
Field attrition.
Looks like Rex Hoyle going to come in. Dustin Shepard coming in. They're going to have others following them on down. Bianchi, Dinsmore, Nelms, Huntoon, Loveridge, all in. There's a 54. We know you like that one, Baron.
Yeah, that's a good looking car right there. Love that number.
So as these guys all get service here on lap 27, our leader, G410, out here in the 13 machine, he's really done something here, Baron. He got the pole, but the redraw said, no, you can't have the pole. He said, fine, I'll come and get it my own self.
And that's what he did. Drove around a couple of strong drivers out there getting points and getting TV time, Dean.
Absolutely good looking car, too. Like me some light blue. Some might call it like a Honolulu blue. Baron.
North Carolina.
No. The Lions.
Ah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I can see it. Yep. Good looking car. Dean?
Yes.
Why is it bad to iron a 4-leaf clover?
I do not know, sir.
Because you should never press your luck.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it right here. I'm not going to say who we are. I don't want the mail.
See, I thought that was pretty clever.
It is indeed very, very clever.
Dean?
Good Lord.
What cars do eggs drive? A Volkswagen. Come on, that was a layup.
We've entered Jokesville here.
Where is Colin Kennedy when we need him?
Colin. He is. The fine is increasing, Baron.
We need to get some stability in here in the booth.
If I hear my name
Volkswagen.
called out
Did
like
you hear
that
me
again,
say that?
I'm leaving.
Did you hear me say Volkswagen?
Fortan, Hacker, Martin, Eastman, and Curtis, your top 5. Womack, Eschen, Johnson, and Burgeon are your top 10. Hoffler blinking in and out right now. Choose rule. Who's going to go high and try and take some spots?
Let's see what we get here. Some guys advanced their positions a little bit on the last time. Al Smith Jr. up 12 spots into 15th.
Yeah, Al making a move for sure. So we got low, low, high, high here. Scott Austin back here, last week's winner. He's undecided last minute. He goes low.
High,
Looks
low.
like Al
High,
Smith's
low.
going to jump up there, so he'll move up even more, Baron. I like this from the 96.
It's easy pickings, right?
Well, I don't know about easy, but it's pickings anyway.
Good looking car.
South Glen Falls, New York.
Yeah. Right on the Vermont border. I know exactly where it is.
I don't imagine there's too many cities you don't know at this point, Baron.
I have covered these great United States of America.
Pace car is off. We're ready to go green flag racing. 410 leads him down. Good jump again. This time Martin a little better on the high side. He's going to put Hacker to task here.
Yeah, so Fortin getting exactly what he wants, and that's these two guys side by side back there. So let's see if they can wage battle and 13 get away a little bit here.
Hacker drives right into second.
Hold my beer, he said. And Hacker, one of the ones that I don't like this track.
Eastman looking to make a move on Martin. So Martin getting stuck on the high side here. It's probably not good for him. He's trying to beat Will Eastman into the corner and just can't quite do it. Behind him, Eschen, and then you got Dante Curtis and Ryan Johnson right there.
Yeah, so Johnson, basically the title sponsor here, he's chosen this track, and he's advancing, Dean, up 6 spots.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's been on the move here all night. It's just been a slow progression, so the 38 is coming. We're approaching halfway, about 5 laps away. 410, your leader, Hacker, Martin, Eastman, and Eschman in the top 5. And there's Curtis along with Johnson. Johnson's starting to work on him.
.38 making that low line work for him tonight. I haven't seen him up top yet, have you?
I have not seen him up there, but I think that's pretty common. I don't think anybody wants to be, but as you can see, side by side, it doesn't look like progress being made, Baron. These guys are very even here. Is Womack blinking out again, or is that Curtis? I think that's Curtis blinking out.
Yeah, one of them. Really having some connection issue tonight. Unnerving for the other drivers around him, too, that they can really throw off your rhythm.
So Bergener is stuck in this mess, too, nowhere to go. Right now, though, I got to say, Dante Curtis going to win this on the high side. Ryan Johnson not going anywhere. And now, a little further up, it looks like Philip Martin's taken to the bottom. Eastman takes to the high side. As this race goes on, Baron, is it possible that a little bit of track wear, changing track, maybe the high side comes in a bit?
Well, you know, that's what the drivers were talking about. Is in pre-race they were talking about how they're going to be certain. We got another yellow out here, Dean.
Yellow on the track, and it's Martin who's involved. This is not good.
Hoffler involved. Interesting.
Let's see if we can get a look in on it here. Further up here, it's Eastman. Oh, and they just get a little neck coated and a little entangled. Around they go. Hoffler gets creamed. The 11 of Schumann gets creamed. Or should I say they cream people? I'm not sure.
Big hit on Martin there, too. Tough luck there.
That did not look egregious, Baron. It just too close.
Might be an, just going to sneak right by you here, gone wrong.
It might have been indeed. So at the halfway marker now, pit stops could be imminent. We'll have a look and see. From the blimp, they're all coming, or are they all faking? They're all coming.
Yeah, we're about halfway here, so why not? It's the right time.
So we'll see who decides to stay out. And it looks like Al Smith. No, he's coming. We got guys who are almost stopped here, Baron. They're not sure what they want to do. That's just not right here.
Log jam.
They might be having to have a car pass them that they just didn't want to flag. I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
Others said to heck with it. I'm going.
Rex Hoyle kind of had to stay out, so he might come around for the next lap pit.
Yeah, it could be. You got Hoyle definitely out on the track right now. A few others showing out on the track. I think
a lot
they're
of these
laps down. That's Huntoon, Nelms.
Yeah.
maybe.
I think
Bruce
410
here.
was the first one on pit road. He's out. He'll be in second right now. But I expect Rex to come on in the 54.
You got Hacker and Eschen, Womack, Curtis, Scott Austin made a good pit stop. He
Yeah,
moves
Rex
into
is in.
7th.
Yeah, Rex is in. So put G410 back up front again.
All right, so 410 back in there.
Hacker's with him. So yeah, Gary Eschen pick up spots on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like Eschen and Austin really came out pretty good out of pit road. Al Smith now showing up 18 spots, so he's having himself a night. Calamity here at the halfway mark.
Shenanigans?
Some shenanigans, a little tomfoolery going on.
Oh boy, we got some hooliganisms.
You know, every once in a while I just feel like playing a Biden clip, but it may not be appropriate, Baron.
Dean?
Here we go. Good.
What's it called when a snowman throws a tantrum?
I don't know.
It's a meltdown, man.
Whoever is in Baron's house, take that book away from him. You know, bring out the book of dirty jokes.
The dirty jokes you want. All right, we can do that. Dean?
Yes, Baron.
What type of bear is toothless?
A gummy bear.
Nailed it! Nailed
Finally.
it! Ding, 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 ding.
What do I win?
Gold star.
All right.
Big glass of water and a handshake, man.
Baron? No, I'm just kidding.
Why, yes, Dean.
Well, Colin J is in deep trouble, Baron.
Look what he's missing. Look
So
at
as a
what he's
cloud comes over the track, what kind of sign is that, Baron?
missing. The apocalypse, Dean.
Oh my goodness. Now, Baron,
And
let's take
cooler
it to the
temperatures.
Super Bowl here, because I think there might be some leftover effects from the Super Bowl. Now, what did you get up to on Super Bowl Sunday?
Homemade ribs, homemade pulled chicken, barbecue pulled chicken, so good. Yep. And brownies, and let's see, what else did we have? We had homemade mac and cheese. My goodness. There's a football game on too, Dean.
Not important. Not with homemade mac and cheese kicking around.
I had doubles. So good. And my girlfriend had doubles of vodka.
Well, I'm sure you weren't without doubles.
I was without. I was on a plane today at 6 a.m.
My goodness.
Yes.
Pace car off the track. We're ready to go green flag racing. 410, another good jump. Womack on the high side. Hacker, though, coming through on the bottom. Womack did not get going. It's going to bring Dante Curtis down to the bottom along with Eschen.
Wow.
And, of course,
Man,
Ryan Johnson is stuck up there, and we got Calamity.
we got more cars. We're going to whittle this field down yet, Dean.
Yeah, this is not what we wanted to see here at Iowa, but, you know, with guys not being happy with the track, this was almost inevitable.
Big old pile up towards the rear of the field.
So Rex Hoyle here in the 54 in front of him. Kerr's not moving. The one comes in. Eastman drills him, and he drills others. And there goes Mathis with a bunch of cars. To the junkyard with them, Baron.
Yep, they gone. That was a big crash.
Yeah, that was the accordion effect gone wrong there.
Should we hit him with another one?
Absolutely.
Dean!
Yes, sir.
Where do pirates buy hooks? Arr, arr.
I do not know, sir.
At the secondhand store.
So Hoffler, Bergener, Schumann, all your reckies here on pit road. Bianchi. As the crew chiefs are working overtime, Baron.
Yes, they are. Crew's getting a workout today.
How big of a piece of duct tape do they actually have down there? Is it
So
your standard roll or no?
Bare Bonds comes in several different sheet layers, and you can actually get an 18 by 16 foot roll. Basically tape the whole side of the car on if you want to.
I love it. I want to see it. Could I make a boat out of it?
Like Flex Seal.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. The funny story about this is always like some poor rookie unrolling that and prepping it and getting it stuck to his glove or something. It takes two guys to pull it off. It's pretty sticky stuff. It works really well.
These guys will get a chance here to choose one more time. We'll see who decides to advance. We haven't seen it really work out. We haven't seen it been too bad either. No big risks being taken with the choose rule here. I mean, we're probably not having a good enough eye on it to tell, Baron.
Well, it was pretty pronounced the last time we had the choose rule, so I think we're going to get it again, but I think it's on the next lap here. So. Mercifully past halfway, we're going to get to see the choose rule again.
Yeah, you said the 80 laps were going to click by like nothing, so...
I was wrong.
You were incorrect, sir.
I was wrong.
Leverage, Hoffler, Bergener, Schumann, Martin, Dinsmore, all on pit road.
They just gonna slide right by 80. They're not sliding by anybody. They're running into each other.
Now, they're not saying either.
Nope. Get see what I did there?
So how about Scott Austin, last week's winner here in the 5 machine. Now he's only up one spot, but that's because I believe he was sent to the rear of the field, Baron. So that's just the way our scoring looks. He's actually up over 20 spots, starting at the rear with that win.
Nice.
I mean, that's a drive here tonight, and the
car
looks clean.
It does.
So choose rule commencing here.
Yep, we're going to get choosed up. Couple high lines, low lines. High, low, high, low.
Leverage coming around to the lead lap here as he got waved around, and he'll go low.
30 laps to go, Dean.
Yes, sir. 30 laps remaining here tonight. 410, who got the unofficial pole, drafted a bad number, I think number 7, so he had to race back from 7th back to 1st. Here he is leading this thing. He's got to be your favorite.
Yeah, so far so good. Yep, looking pretty sharp here. Pretty racy. He's going to bring that 2 machine with him with the restart.
So here we go. Pace car dives onto pit road. The 13 leads him down. Another good start. Hacker right there with him.
Right with him. Boy, he didn't miss a beat.
Curtis just doesn't seem to get that jump, and I don't blame him. I hate that second spot, Baron.
Yeah, he's been caught behind the 8 ball the last 2 restarts, so.
A little further back here, Austin looking for racing room. The 96, Al Smith Jr. comes in real low there. Tiny Horse Johnson on the high side up front. Everybody lined up. Womack still on the high side. He's in 5th right now.
Locked in battle with the 23, Gary Eschen. Eschen back to front a few times already tonight, Dean, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he's got shuffled back, but you definitely notice him up here around the front. Oh, and Hacker taking the lead here on 410. So 410 giving up the lead to Brian Hacker. Not quite done yet.
So the Frenchman up there vying for his position.
Dante Curtis down low. Looks like he might have wiggled just a little bit. 410 trying to get a draft. He does. Slips into second. So Brian Hacker, last year's champ, he's won several races, taking the lead here on lap 54. Womack and Eschen back here going at it. Scott Austin, who won last week, underneath a Tiny Horse Johnson. Gable trying to hold off the two of Jan Janin. So Jan Janin making an appearance here in our top 10, and he's got Dustin Shepard right behind him.
Yeah, there's a name we don't call too often here. Jan Janin having a slow start to the season, but here he's in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, Jan Janin is going to show his might sooner or later, and I love this white and blue machine here. He's rocking, good-looking car. He's moving forward.
Yep. So clear, and off to the races he goes, right?
He does indeed. In front, it's still Johnson and Austin battling here. That's a battle for 6th position. Al Smith Jr. right in there.
Further back in the field, Dean, I'm looking at Rick McDaniel, Braden Campbell, a couple rookies in the series, battling for the 14th and 15th position. These two guys keeping their noses clean and still in the mix, trying to get to advance these cars as best they can.
Well, you say keep your nose clean, and McDaniel put his nose right up the hoon-tongue of Hooton.
He shoots, he scores. I love it.
The 33 iRacing machine of Braden Campbell right there.
Yep, slick looking ride.
Back up front, Fortin not done with Brian Hacker. He takes a peek down low. Looks like Womack touches the wall. Curtis on the high side.
Yeah, so Fortin not impressed with the two machine. He says, look, I know you're last year's champion, but you took my spot and I want it back.
Yeah, Curtis got something to say about it here. That high side's starting to come in a little bit. Fortin with a good roll through the center that time, though. Another good roll through the center, but that high line just prevailing with the drive off. So Curtis trying to go by, Womack trying to follow him. Fortin in a world of hurt right now. Here comes Ryan Johnson back in 5th as well. Let's hop on board with Ryan Johnson and see what he's seeing.
All he's seeing is positions and points.
Ooh, a little smoke off the wall there.
Yep. Getting into the loose stuff up there, creating a little plume of smoke. Wow, really barely no time out. Listen to that.
And Curtis, something that's happened to Dante Curtis. He has dropped out, Baron. So Dante Curtis was up here fighting for the race lead, and he has dropped out. Poor connection.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Now Womack, how about Jesse Womack up here battling for the race lead. And a big move, Womack to the inside of Hacker. He's gonna go for it right now. Womack looking real strong.
Not clear.
Clear now for about a half a heartbeat there. He drives it right to the front here, and that's impressive.
Get him clear here. Yeah, he's good to go here. Oh, and the 13's almost in the wall.
Here comes Hacker.
Crossover.
You cannot leave that bottom open. People will take it. But I've seen Womack he's not really liking the exact bottom, Baron. This is his line, about a half car off the bottom.
Well, and he's doing well with it. I mean, if you're holding off Brian Hacker, you're doing something pretty special.
Yeah, I think it's been good for his tire wear. He seems to be strong right now, pulling a little bit away from Brian Hacker.
15 to go here.
Yeah, it's a good time to start pulling away. Jesse
Yes, sir.
Womack looking good. Back and forth is Johnson. Fifth is Eschen. There's Austin and L. Smith Jr. back in 6th and 7th. Then you got Jane Janet, Gable, and Dustin Shepard, your top 10.
So now you see the other competitors following Jesse around here saying, okay, if that high line's working for you, we need to make it work for us.
Yeah, they're trying to adjust, but Hacker throws it in. Wow, what a drive in by the 2 machine. That was driving it in deep, Baron.
Yeah, sure was. It didn't help him, though. He's backed up to G410, who did the same thing. Now G's going to look for the high line.
I mean, it might have scared the 14 a little bit. That's about it. You see again diving in there into 3 is that 2. Gets a better drive off this time, and the 13 almost in the wall again.
13's been flirting with that maneuver, and it almost bit him that time.
These guys racing real hard behind them. The 38 of Johnson making slight progress lap after lap. Down on the inside, that's Philip Martin. He looks near death down here. That's not a good sign.
Tore up that man's race car.
Womack hits the line. 11 laps remaining, and just gonna sneak right by you, 80. We'll see if anybody can slip right on by here in the last 10 laps.
I'll tell you what, the 13 looks like he's going to try to get racy here.
Once again, down to the inside goes Hacker. Womack trying to hold him off. Contact as the 2 pushes up a little too much.
A little bit of a kiss there.
But Hacker is trying it all here. He wants wins. Forget about championship points.
G410 is going to come to the high side, pinning Brian down. There's a lap car down there, a little distraction, no foul. So G's hoping to push that 14 on forward so he can get the second spot.
And Ryan Johnson follows him, so nobody helping Hacker.
Yep. They're all ganging up on him here, Dean.
Here comes Johnson down low, but he filters out high. He's got the whole track to use. So 410 now up to second by inches. And he's going to get that drive off. It's a bit of a weird drive off of 4 he's using, but it's working, Baron.
Yeah, and Hacker's relegated to 4th place, so he was looking for the lead, just like that, 4th place, and here comes Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, that's the way it happens here in the super lates. Or the
lap
lates.
car on the high side here. No harm, no foul. Everybody gets through.
Oh, Mathis, yeah.
Mathis close.
Down.
Yeah.
Austin comes down.
Nothing he did wrong, folks. He just, in the wrong place for these guys. They got to get around him. That's their job.
Ford trying to get a run here. He swings a little higher than Womack, and he is all over the bumper. Bottom opens up. Womack always gives up the bottom, and he tries to hold him off. It's been working. Can G410 come back and take the lead one more time?
Well, we saw G pass Hacker doing the same maneuver here. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here he comes.
But he's got Johnson now filling that gap on the high side. Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson trying to make his move. We're down to 6 to go, staring 5 to go in the eye.
Yep. And while these guys race it out, here comes Brian Hacker again.
Yeah, Hacker's been there cooling the tires down, waiting for his time to make a move. 410 continues to work, but little progress. He's so pinned down, Baron. He can't get a run anymore.
Yeah, it's like the car is not getting wound up enough to get him down the straightaway. He's hemorrhaging a little time. I mean, he makes it up in the center of the turn, but it's not enough on this long sweeper.
It's not, and here comes Hacker to fill that spot. 410's got to get in there.
And what do you do, Dean? You have to take a shot at it, right?
You got to take your shot. There's no doubt. We're down to 4 to go. Coming down to 3 to go. Jesse Womack leading. Ryan Johnson chasing. 410 and Hacker. Hacker goes low. Johnson goes low.
More lap cars up here.
This should be interesting. 3 to go. Lapper's about to get involved.
Hacker's got, Johnson's got Womack pinned on the high side here, Dean. This could be trouble.
This is a pick opportunity. Womack's got to come down underneath. The cars stay high and give him room, but he woed up. Johnson comes through. Ryan Johnson to the lead. Womack crosses him over.
Smart driver here. That's all he's got. If he wants to win this race, 2 to go, he's got to make this pass happen.
2 to go, side by side, coming down into 3. Johnson high, Womack low. This is not where Womack's wanted to be. Here comes 410. Ryan Johnson with 1 to go, taking the lead. The 38 gets the white flag.
Oh, geez, off the wall a little bit there.
Ryan Johnson powering away. The battle now for second. Fortin, Womack, side by side. Fortin's got the high side. It's Ryan Johnson who's going to come through and be your race winner here in the just going to sneak right by you, 80. Fortin
Hacker's got a run on Womack.
Hacker trying to get third. I think he
Hacker
does.
takes it. Yeah.
Womack slides to fourth. Eschen and Austin. Alex Smith, Jan Janin, Gable, and Shepard, your top 10. Wow.
How disappointing for Jesse Womack. With 5 to go, he's leading the race, and he finishes off the podium. What a shame.
Yeah, it was heartbreak for him, but Ryan Johnson, who got heat for picking this race, ends up in victory lane. That'll be an interesting interview. Of course, Womack down here in 14th. The great run by Womack just wasn't meant to be. And 410, who led a lot and was up there battling. He finishes second. Great finish from him, and Hacker in third, of course. Good night, Baron. These guys fought really hard for this one.
Yeah, they sure did, and it was a good event. A lot of momentum tonight. So, new winner, right? Ryan Johnson.
Yes, sir. Tiny Horse Johnson, victory lane. Let's take a short commercial break. We'll get some interviews when we return.
We are back
here at Iowa, where Ryan Johnson burns him down after he took a little victory lap in reverse, Baron.
Well, good for him. He deserved it, right? Big win. He picked the track, called his shot, got the W for it, Dean. That was pretty cool. Love seeing that old race footage from North Wilkesboro. Races, days gone by, and it's fun seeing some of those old names out there, and I get a kick out of it every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. You see their finishing order. We kind of ran down our top 10. Some other guys just outside. Cook, Huntan, McDaniel, and Campbell having good nights as rookies, 13th and 14th. Leverage there, Schumann, Bianchi, Hoffler, and as I've hid the results for some reason. We got a Nelms in there. Bergener, Philip Martin. What a rough night for Philip and Dante Curtis. How about Will Eastman was up there a lot too. Always some kind of heartache for some guys, Baron.
Yeah, that it is. And, we saw some incidences. We had some yellow flags, collected a lot of good cars out there. So they look early in the season, they can always recover.
That they can, there's no doubt about that. And speaking of recovering, we bring in our third place finisher. He never really needs to recover in the points championship, and tonight he finishes in third. That's Mr. Brian Hacker in the 2 machine. Brian, hey, solid finish here tonight in third. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll definitely take a third place finish here. It's just a different style of racing, more NASCAR, cookie cutter mile and a half type racing here with these cars, and not something that I do a whole lot of. So to finish third, we're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, well, you got a little taste of it there at the end, at the cookie cutter, if you will, style racing. A bit of a chess match out there, Brian. I mean, trying to make a pass, sometimes you can get shuffled, as you did, back to third or fourth even, and you can make another run. It's kind of right position, right time, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I thought, I was talking to G before we got up here, and I thought we could maybe get around Womack on the bottom there. When he caught me, I knew he was gonna, come at me with everything. So I just kind of let him have it, and I knew I was gonna be able to kind of regroup and come back after him again. And that bottom line, you just couldn't. Once the tires heated up, you just couldn't quite get enough off of it to keep the momentum up. So that top line was where it was at. But it was fun. I mean, it was fun for what it's worth. Ryan's damn near pro when it comes to the NASCAR stuff on mile and a half tracks. So I understand why this was his track pick, and he came through with the win after I made fun of him in qualifying. So now I'll just tuck my tail.
Well, not a whole lot of choice in that regard, Brian, but you'll have plenty of chance to gloat and get back at him, I'm sure. It's a long season, man, and we can't wait to see what you do the rest of the season. A couple of solid finishes here to start the year, and sure you'll be back in victory lane in no time. But if you got any shout-outs, anybody you want to thank, you go right ahead, Brian.
Yeah, as always, Scott Austin hooking us up with a good-looking ride. So thanks to Scott, who had a pretty good recovery himself from having to start last after winning last week. Boulder Beer Bar, Aberdeen Lodge, Carbon Junction, as always. Good to see our buddy Gary Eschen back tonight. So happy to have him. And shout out to Dan Jannon, who's playing a man down tonight. He's pretty sick, and he still made it out here. So kudos to him.
Absolutely. Good run for Dan there. Baron, I think I want to go to Aberdeen Lodge all of a sudden.
Sounds like a hell of a good time.
It does.
Sounds like we know who's got the open bar tab there, too. It's going to be Ryan Johnson, right?
Well, is it Ryan Johnson or Brian Hacker? I'm not sure. But...
Well, Hacker finished third tonight, so he's not getting a huge payday.
There you go. Anyway, that was Hacker, last year's champion, finishing third here tonight.
Yes, it was. And second place goes now. Now, Guillaume, how do we say your name? We've been butchering it all year. Can you get us straightened out here, bud?
You just said it right. It's Guillaume. That's right.
Guillaume 410?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Is it 410?
He's lying, Baron.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's absolutely that. Damn French Canadian name.
No, I'm good with it, man. Like I was pretty happy I was even close. So speaking of close, second place, and right in touch there with the race winner Ryan Johnson. Hell of a couple of passes to get there. What happened at the end?
Yeah, I got surprised about the top. I thought that the bottom was dominant tonight, and I just got stuck on the bottom when those guys found the top. But it was a good race, and it was fun. I just got stuck not at the right time.
So you've been, knocking on the door of a win. Second place tonight at Iowa. Is this the kind of track that you like, or do you like them shorter?
Usually I'm pretty good at Iowa, and I like it. But with those cars, I think we're missing a little bit of horsepower. So it was fun, but not the best. So I'm just looking forward to the shorter race, and hopefully that they're clean.
So you're from French Canada, right? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Quebec.
You're in Quebec. Okay, good. So you got into NASCAR how? Where'd you find it?
I'm at my local short track. I got into a team, and now it's been like 12 years since I'm on a team and just crew chief for one of the driver up here. That's my friend, and we're pretty good, so it's fun.
Yeah, it is. And now you're on the iRacing server trading paint with some of the boys in America. So you're second place tonight. Who you got to thank for your efforts, and who's helping you along through this season?
Yeah, first of all, my real team, Hugo Packet Motorsports. It's always fun with them, and Gestion LPG for pit box and everything you need in your garage. He got you covered.
Awesome. Hey, Dean, that's Guillaume 410. Now that we got it right, we can get it right on our broadcast moving forward. Second place tonight, first runner-up.
I wouldn't bet on that all the time, Baron, but excellent job by G. Vortan. It was an awesome ride by him, and unfortunately, just to come up a little short, and that's because the 38 was out here. Tiny Horse Johnson taking home the victory late with a late race pass. Congratulations, Ryan.
Woo! What's up, buddies?
Man, oh man, Ryan, you waited all race long, and finally the doors opened up, and you were able to make your move. Tell us a little bit about the end of the race.
Yeah, man. From that last caution, I knew I was gonna eventually have to make my way up. It took a while. It was it was really hard to pass, which go figure. I kind of figured it would be, but I love this track. I was running the bottom mostly. It seemed like that was the place to be. I thought it would be the place to be, and then I started realizing like you can not destroy your tires at least completely, and you can still be fast up top. And I just kind of waited once I got up there to the top five, and unfortunately Dante blinked out. But then Hacker was trying to pass Womack, and then he fell back behind us, and then same thing with G, and I guess I moved at the right time because it looked like Jesse just struggled in that one corner, and that was just enough for me to get up there and protect the top after that.
Yeah, Jesse was kind of running a little bit, a little higher up, and it looked like it was helping him. But unfortunately, late race, he got shook out to fourth for him. It was great for you. Now, Ryan, you picked this track, and I got to tell you, you're taking a lot of heat for it out here. A lot of guys not really liking Iowa. Tell us a little bit about the choice and whether you care or not about these thoughts.
Oh, of course not. I just gotta piss everybody off at one point with my track pick. I love this track. Any car we run, it's a blast to me. There's so much room to race, and it puts on a good show, I think. Yeah, I know most of these guys don't like it. They're short track guys, and I'm not exactly. I mean, I am like I enjoy it, but not as much. I'm not as hardcore as the majority of the guys here. And
Yeah, I mean that's fair, Ryan, and I'm with you. I mean, I raced this once in the late models, and I was smiling ear to ear. I thought it was a lot of fun, and obviously you did here tonight, taking this victory. Do you think this can, propel you to something in this league? A lot of stiff competition out here.
yeah, these guys are always super, super competitive, and it just gets better and better every season because even some new guys, that come in, even if they're not great at first, they start getting a lot better with our competition. Um, Man, we would have had a good run last week too, but I was an idiot and didn't pit, and I don't want to dwell on that. But yeah, I mean, I love this league. There's a reason we're on, season 9, and we have a huge core group of drivers, and they put on a great show, and it's a lot of fun being here.
Now you're labeled here as with Taz Motorsports. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh hell, is that like SDK? Because I haven't updated that in a very
Well,
long
that's
time.
right. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have asked. I kind of thought that might be the case. So we'll let that one slide, Ryan. But it's fantastic to see you win this one, especially a track you picked, kind of a hometown track almost with the pick there. So congrats on this victory, man. Can't wait to see you the rest of the season here. And anybody want to shout out or thank, you go right ahead.
Yeah, all the admins at NSRL, you guys for broadcasting. Our new race controller seems to be getting it down pretty good. My After Dark team, or I guess Tiny Horse Stables, they changed our name. Everybody tuning in and watching, and all the racers.
All right. Baron, that's Tiny Horse Johnson. He's got stables now.
I love it. Sometimes we talk about a stable full of driver. Tiny Horse Johnson literally has a stable.
It is awesome. He did an awesome job tonight, and after catching the heat, isn't that just a little extra? And isn't that great for him?
Yeah, that's rubbing a little salt in the wound for all the rest of the drivers out there. So Ryan doing what he had to go out there and make them all eat their words.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll have all this action every Monday, 9 p.m. And that's not the correct. Yes, it is the North South Racing League. My mistake is I need a drink, folks, after that one.
Brian, and Colin's going to buy it for you.
Colin's going to pay, there's no doubt. Me and Baron are going to go out and run up a tab for Colin J. But for myself, Dean Doucet, and for Mr. Baron the Bosco, that's going to wrap it up from Iowa. And we're out of here, Baron.